Alright, well, as you can see, I'm in my car, in the 33 Dodge. This is the front seat, and I'm staring at what I'm modifying here, which is the clutch fork that pushes the pilot bearing forward. And because this is a 1933 Dodge, the forks are like this and not like a paddle. So, let me switch this around with. So, this clutch fork area here goes forward and backwards, pushing the pilot bushing forward, which, if I can find this lever here, let's see here. Well, as you can see, let's see if I can back this up a little bit. There we go. So, the pilot bearing here goes back and forth, and what I had to do is weld on these tabs to the inside, the outside of these forks, so that it'll grab that spring and hold this pilot bushing on there, which then can be hopefully pulled off without fucking it up. There you go. So what you're left with is that. And this is not done. I have to weld them on. That was my test, just to make sure it worked, and it does. And I'm going to weld with a MIG welder these two bearings in, and then grind the ugly weld there smooth, so that way it's part of the unit. This also will allow me to go back to the factory transmission if needed. Those two forks do not impede anything that has to do with, wrapped in here, don't impede anything that has to do with the transmission or the bell housing or all that good stuff. So what I plan to do is finish welding these off, grind them down. The tabs actually measured about 1/4 inch. Actually, they're 1/4 inch wide by, what is that? What did I do with that? Like 1/8, maybe a little bit more than 1/8 thick. I grounded out 1/4 inch square stock, and doing that allowed me to kind of play with it and figure out my tolerances. I was doing it with some other springs that came on the original springs there that came on the throwout bearing on this one. They were so brittle, they actually broke when they were getting pulled back right there. And so I ended up swapping these springs with the other throwout bearing that was given to me by Russell's, which had a larger inner diameter, which is meant for a Ford, the big nose sticking out of the transmission. What do you call that? I don't know, I've been drinking all day. It's Thanksgiving. So anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm going to weld these tabs on and hope and pray that they hold so I don't have to take all this shit apart again. But they will. I'm going to weld it really well, because that's what you got to do. If you're a novice and you don't know how to weld really well, I wouldn't suggest this as the way to go, mainly because you got to have penetration, and you got to be able to penetrate both the throwout lever and the two tabs that you're welding on. But if you grind them all smooth and you weld them, you should be okay. If you're, experienced welder, you'll know what to do. Anyway, stay tuned. This is the other update. I know these videos are short because I don't sit around just videotaping everything. It'd take too much time, and plus people don't want to hear me. But I'm working. Thing put together and get this throwout bearing in there. This is a big step today of having that part done. Next is going to be me putting in the, oh God, I can't move. Putting in the bushing that's going to go in the back of the crank. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Bye.